You are Peter and the rock. On this rock I will build my church, and to you I will give the keys of the kingdom of heaven. The spiritual capital for over 1 billion Roman Catholics around the world, the holiest shrine in the Christian world, St. Peter's Basilica is the church of the popes. It's a place of pilgrimage, drawing tens of thousands of Catholics to pray and worship every year. It's also an architectural marvel, the greatest building of its age. In 64 AD, Rome was destroyed by a terrible fire. The Roman Emperor Nero blamed the fire on the Christians in the city. Nero ordered Peter, one of the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ, to be crucified at Vatican Hill. St. Peter's Basilica was later built above Peter's burial site to commemorate him by orders of Emperor Constantine. The construction of the present basilica began in 1506 and was completed in 1626. Designed by the most brilliant architects and artists in the world's history, Donato Bramante, Michelangelo, Carlo Maderno, and Gian Lorenzo Bernini, St. Peter's Basilica is one of the most renowned works of Italian Renaissance and Baroque architecture, and the largest church in the world by interior measure. St. Peter's Basilica can be approached through St. Peter's Square, which is a large plaza located directly in front of St. Peter's Basilica. At the center of the square is an ancient Egyptian obelisk erected in 1586. The obelisk originally stood at the Circus of Nero, where St. Peter's crucifixion took place. The obelisk now stands in St. Peter's Square and is revered as a witness to Peter's death. St. Peter's Square is divided into two sections, both surrounded by tall colonnades. The first base is oval, and the second is trapezoidal. Gian Lorenzo Bernini designed the square in 17th century under the direction of Pope Alexander VII as an appropriate forecourt, designed so that the greatest number of people could see the Pope give his blessing. The massive Doric colonnades form a large embrace, symbolically reaching out to welcome the faithful gathered in the square. Bernini employed the Doric colonnades on an unprecedented colossal scale to seal the space and evoke a sense of awe, embracing visitors in the maternal arms of Mother Church. The Doric order was one of the three orders of ancient Greek and later Roman architecture, featuring simple circular capitals at the top of columns. Originating in the West Doric region of Greece, it is the earliest and in its essence the simplest of the orders. A granite fountain in the north, constructed by Bernini in 1675, matches another fountain in the south, designed by Carlo Maderno in 1613. The statues that adorn the colonnades in St. Peter's Square are part of a larger architectural and artistic design created by Gian Lorenzo Bernini. The series of statues on top of the colonnades consists of 140 statues of saints, and they were created by various artists between 1662 and 1703. These statues are positioned on top of the balustrade above the columns and depict various saints and martyrs. Each statue is approximately 3.5 meters tall and stands on a pedestal. The statues add a decorative and a symbolic element to the square, emphasizing the connection between the earthly realm and the divine. The saints represented in the statues are arranged in specific order, beginning with Saint Peter and St. Paul at the center of the colonnades, followed by other saints moving outward. The ensemble of the statues serves to create a visually stunning and spiritually significant entrance to St. Peter's Square and the Basilica beyond. The facade of St. Peter's Basilica is a magnificent and iconic work of architecture. Designed by Carlo Maderno, the facade is a key element of the overall design of the basilica, as known for its grandeur and classical features. 114 meters wide and 48 meters high, the facade is characterized by a central section with a giant order of Corinthian columns supporting a pediment. The central balcony, known as the Loggia of Benedictions, is where the Pope delivers special blessings. The facade is crowned by 13 statues, with Christ the Redeemer in the center and 11 apostles on either side. St. Thaddeus, St. Matthew, St. Philip, St. Thomas, St. James the Great, St. John the Baptist, Christ the Redeemer, St. Andrew, St. John the Evangelist, St. James the Less, St. Bartholomew, St. Simon, St. Matthias. The two bell towers flanking the facade were not originally part of Michelangelo's design for the basilica, but were added later by Gio Lorenzo Bernini. They provide a sense of balance to the overall composition. The entire facade is adorned with numerous statues, reliefs, and other decorative elements, showcasing the rich artistic and religious tradition of the Catholic Church. The use of classical architectural elements, such as columns and pilasters, reflects the influence of Renaissance and Baroque architectural styles. St. Peter's Basilica is not only a major religious site, but also a masterpiece of Renaissance and Baroque architecture, with its facade serving as a visual testament to the grandeur and significance of the structure. The dome of St. Peter's Basilica is one of the most iconic features of the church and a masterpiece of Renaissance architecture. The dome was designed by Michelangelo and completed by Giacomo della Porta after Michelangelo's death. It stands as a symbol of the grandeur of St. Peter's Basilica and dominates the skyline of Vatican City. The dome has a diameter of 139 feet and reaches a height of 435 feet from the floor of the basilica to the top of the cross. Michelangelo took over the design of the dome in 1547, and he envisioned a structure that would surpass the domes of other churches. He based his design on the Pantheon in Rome, but modified it to create a larger and a more majestic dome. The dome of St. Peter's Basilica is actually a double dome. There's an inner dome and an outer shell with a space in between. This design not only adds to the strength and the stability of the dome, but also allows for inclusion of decorative elements. The interior of the dome is adorned with beautiful mosaics designed by Giuseppe Cesari and completed by Giovanni Baglioni. The mosaics depict scenes from the life of Christ and the various saints. At the top of the dome is a lantern, a small structure with the windows that allow light to enter the interior. The cross on top of the lantern serves as a symbol of Christianity. The dome of St. Peter's Basilica is not only an architectural marvel, but also a symbol of the Catholic Church's grandeur and influence during the Renaissance period. It remains one of the most recognizable and admired domes in the world.